Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the animation corner of the Insert This podcast. I'm your boy, Socks on Sideways, hosting it with Failed Up Smash and True Zero. Why don't y'all say something? Because I kind of introduced you guys.
Oh, because I was going to say, you're not going to say my full government name to stop? Going to have my social security card.
No, I gotta say your address, the three numbers on the back of your car.
Yep. I mean, you saw all of it already.
Your first pet, the city you lived in.
What is
my
your
mom's
mother's maiden name?
It's not. It's not impressive.
So as we have,
number, or?
I assume he meant the maiden name part.
Yeah, that part.
I think that's social. Anyway, continue.
So as we did last time, though this time our newcomer True Zero,
AKA the Canada of Chicago. How you doing?
Yeah. He thought we were having too much fun talking about anime, so he had to butt in.
I'm just gonna call him the X of Y. He's the son of Moon.
Yeah.
The fire of water.
It's your boy Guzma.
But we're gonna once again start reviewing some anime. At some point, we're probably gonna review other things, but I mainly watch anime. I actually do want to review two things that I'm gonna bring up later, like at the end. But today, we're gonna review three anime. Two of them extremely good, and just like last time, we need to have one that's kind of off.
Kind of awful, or just entirely awful.
Yes.
It's a good distinguished example for us all to talk about something that's bad, so we know what's good.
Hey, I tried to give it some. I tried to be nice. All right, okay.
Chris,
it's probably that guy's first attempt. All right.
We haven't mentioned anime, but I felt the same way about this anime as I felt about Spec Ops, which is just like, I don't want to watch this.
If you want to know about our opinions on Spec Ops, you can watch our first episode where we spoke on Spec Ops, Love is War, and Promise Neverland.
Yeah.
Anyways, this time today we're going to be talking about, drumroll please, I'll let you add that in post. Fire Force, Okasan Online. I'm not saying that full name. I'll say the full name just this once. Do you love your mom and her two-hit multi-target attacks, otherwise known as Okasan Online, as I said previously, and Dr. Stone, in that order. So in order to start, as I usually do, I'm not going to go on a whole tangent about the plot, because you can watch it yourself.
Also, it's not finished yet, so we don't actually know the plot.
Yes.
So far.
Yo, you like Naruto?
Hey, hold on now. Now, I'm going to give a short summary on Fire Force. A lot of it I taken off from both, from multiple websites.
You don't have to explain.
Okay. Anyway, at some point in the future, the world sea levels have risen because of climate change. And the world has basically been destroyed. Just multiple civilizations and countries have been just, underwater. And now Japan is like one of the only bastions of humanity that's left. Mostly
of course,
small.
It's always Japan.
Yeah, it's got to be Japan. I don't think there's ever been a time when it's been like America or something.
Or if
like
the
Germany
water,
or Europe.
If the ocean levels rose, Japan would just be doomed. It's an
It would
island
definitely
somewhere.
be Japan. Like they'd be one of the first to go. Because I don't think they're really they're like not like a really elevated like island, right?
No, you're only like Mount Fiji.
Yeah, I was thinking Fuji would have been just like probably the only thing standing.
Yeah.
Every time they get hit by a tsunami, it's like kind of like decimating.
But you know what? Let's not talk about the reality of it. It's an anime. All right, so inside of Tokyo, inside Tokyo's empire, with the Holy Soul Temple and Haijima Industries have developed a thermal energy power plant. Sorry. In the year 198 of the Solar Era in Tokyo, special fire brigades called the Fire Force are fighting against a threat that somehow has nothing to do with like the whole water situation. They just
Yeah.
it's kind of weird. But the threat is people are spontaneously combusting and being turned into living fire creatures, demons basically called infernals. Sorry about that. Put that
Damn,
here.
how unprofessional of him.
Alright, I thought I had it on airplane mode, okay? Alright, so infernals are basically the first generation cases of people exploding. Because, when people explode, they can have generations and have kids. Anyway, later on, the spontaneous combustion actually evolves and gives people the ability to use pyrokinesis. So, the Fire Force is basically a group of people with those powers, some of them without, and just being really good as tactical.
I was gonna say, it feels more like the default is they're just firefighters, and they just happen to have people who
Yeah,
control
they're like super special firefighters.
They're
Basically.
specialized firefighters, and some of them just happen to have superpowers.
Yeah, it's basically the case. And the plot of it follows Shinra Kusakabe, who's a third generation pyrokinetic, the third generation currently being one of the strongest ones. Though in some cases, some people can't actually control their abilities, even though, well, not control it, but they haven't reached the full potential of their abilities. Anyway, Shinra joins the Special Fire Force Company 8, and they basically work together to basically not save the Infernals, but destroy them while also helping them. How do I explain it?
Help them find rest, find peace.
Yeah, basically help them rest.
When you become an infernal, that's it's kind of it for you. You gotta
once you
put
explode,
down.
you're dead. You're dead, but you're still moving. It's like you're a zombie who can't. A zombie with part of you still in there, but you can't control it.
Yeah, you're not considered human because there's no way to turn them back that we know of yet.
Yeah.
So you gotta get put down.
Something like that.
I'm
So-
super.
What? Sorry.
No, go ahead.
So Shinra, during his crusades as a member of Special Company 8, he is trying to figure out the cause of a fire that killed his family 12 years ago. A fire that inadvertently forced him to have the nickname of the Devil's Footprints. And that's the plot. I also forgot to mention a very important part, is that how it came to be. It'll only take a second. As I said before, I actually didn't say. It was written by Atsushi Okubo, someone who's known for the manga both Bi-Ichi and Soul Eater. It's published by Kodansha and has been serialized in the Weekly Shonen magazine. And the anime adaptation is being handled by David Production, who, I might add, they do so well on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Oh.
And the Neptunia one, which was okay.
Because I was wondering why it would have differing art styles mid-animation.
David Productions, baby.
That's how that's the David Production stamp, basically.
Yeah. Their stamp is, we try.
Yeah, just like I was gonna say Katakala, but I meant Kyoani.
So because I didn't get that part about the global warming part, all I know was a lot of lands were destroyed. But I think I have a theory. Okay, so what if all the people who are doing research in the Arctic caught on fire?
That would make sense, and it would be kind of funny.
Because, there's no real sign of global warming in the show. It's not like that's really in the forefront of this.
Oh no, I just tossed that in as a joke. But it would make sense, just a huge amount of fire just burned down all the ice and just made it, the water's got to go somewhere.
I just thought I thought it was something I was missing here in the plot line.
Yeah, 'cause
I'm
I don't like.
thinking-
I didn't remember that from the, and I've been reading the manga.
I'm thinking like, Haijima, whatever they pronounce it, Industries. They're using their thermal energy plant, and in order to test it, they probably did something that caused the,
The sea levels to rise. Yeah,
Yeah.
Earth to heat up.
One of the things I really want to talk about is one of the characters, obviously, but I want to go into the implementation of like fire abilities, because in most cases, if someone just had fire abilities, it would be like really standard. Just he basically is a flamethrower, or he's he can shoot fireballs, or he's an explosives expert. But the way they handle it is pretty sick, especially what's the guy's name? Excalibur?
Mm-hmm.
Arthur?
Yeah,
The
Arthur?
one non-Japanese character?
I don't know.
Yeah.
The blonde white guy in this Japanese town?
I think his ability is probably my favorite. Just the fact
It's a
that
plasma sword.
he freaking channels fire through his sword, and it becomes through a hilt, and it becomes a plasma sword. That is sick.
I like the bubble idea. I think that's
the gum bubble explosion thing.
the gun bubble and the guy just pulling a gun out and going, I'm going to reduce the fire, the explosion from the gunpowder. To which, that's not something a normal person would think of. Or he redirected the bullets. It's just way cooler.
I can't talk about my favorite yet because it's spoiler territory, but it's like super fucking dope the way he does it.
I do have to say the gum bubble thing. It reminds me, obviously, of JoJo.
Yeah, like Whole Horse, the way he like angles the bullets.
Oh no, I was talking about that works too, but I was referring to
Zeppelin?
when Yoshikage Kira used Killer Queen in combination with Stray Cat and made explosion bubbles, like bubbles that would explode when he activated it. It was in part 4 of Phoenix. I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, he would use Stray Cat, which had it would like have air bubbles that could actually like had piercing properties, and he would use it in tandem with Killer Queen, which could turn anything it touches into a bomb. And he would use that to make not portable bombs, but projectile bombs, because before he needed to touch things in order to turn it into a bomb. It's just sick. The implementation of fire abilities in this show is amazing. It shows that you don't have to have just, hey, flamethrower guy, fireball guy,
or fire fist, because the protagonist uses fire feet.
True.
Yeah,
Shinra does use fire feet.
It's more like a jetpack, and then he's just using it to accelerate the momentum of his kicks.
Also,
and he's adding the power to it too, with like just how force works.
What is the villain's name? Joker.
Joker,
like when they were in the test.
Yeah, it's Joker.
Dude, the way like he does like the ashes in the cigarette and
that
like,
is so cool.
Stuff in the cigarette smoke.
I've never been this hype for like abilities, other than even when it came to JoJo, the abilities weren't too hype because they were cool, but they weren't like coming directly from the person.
Well, I feel like there's a difference in how JoJo implemented versus this show, because JoJo is just based on, we're going to give you this weird ass ability and then that's the end of it, but this is all about how you implement an ability. One particular ability. Everyone has one, and they're just implementing it in different ways.
Also, this is made by the same man that made Soul Eater, and you can definitely tell because he kept a lot of the Soul Eater motifs. Like
that's exactly why I like how the abilities work. It's
like the look of
Soul Eater, I loved Soul. Like I loved how Soul Eater had it, and then
how the main character has the soul teeth.
Just like Soul.
The cat girl, it looks similar to
Blair-ish.
Who's the main character from Soul Eater?
Maka Albarn.
Yeah.
Like the eyes too. Everyone has like a symbol in their eye or something like that they did in Soul Eater.
I didn't realize that. That part I actually didn't realize. I need to look back and actually see it.
if I recall, Hana has flowers, and Smoker
Yes,
Joker
yeah, she does.
has like a spade.
I saw
think.
Smokers. Joker, sorry.
Yeah, I think I call him Smoker Joker. I think he has like a spade in his eye. God, I love Fire Force so far.
I have to say, it's the characters. I'm gonna move on to that. They're really well made. At least like the main characters.
Okay. I kind of disagree because when I saw the first episode, I was not feeling the show at all.
I like
It's
they
like-
do. I feel like they work with the comedy.
Well,
Like
because it was like Maka, the second generation flame user. It's just like first introduction. Oh, she's a romantic, and I was like, she was way cooler when you didn't mention that. And then that's
I
the
think
first
it
thing
helps, though.
But that's like the first thing I find out about her. I would rather you like strong angle, and then I found out about that part. It's just like, bink, ah.
I mean, it doesn't,
See,
like,
I
it doesn't
think-
like change anything for me though.
It doesn't bother me because I feel like if they had it, like it could work either way. Where like if you see her as the romantic type, they think, oh,
In a shower scene also.
Look,
That
man,
part
fan
was-
service is fan service.
that probably was
Yeah, but just like starting to show off with some fan service, just
It
that
didn't
turned
need
me
to
off
do that,
initially.
I'll admit.
Is there any other way for this man to do it? Like, have you read Soul Eater? There's hella fan service.
I mean,
no,
the
I didn't
combat
read
in Soul Eater,
Soul Eater. I only watched the show.
the combat is enough to keep
Oh.
people hooked.
Well, yeah, actually, I was gonna say just first episode, no, but like second episode is when it turned me over, and I really liked the show.
God, the action scenes are so
Be-
good. Even like when they're not just like, even if there's like basic hand-to-hand combat, like when Arthur and Shinra fought, I can't remember her name, on the rooftop, and he called her an ogre. Arthur called her an ogre.
Oh, you talking about Maki?
Yes.
Yeah, I think though there's one thing. I'm not the joking like segment where she somehow heard like all those insults out of him calling her an ogre, and that one was kind of a miss for me.
Yeah, it feels like they're trying to go for like an Edward Elric kind of thing with that, and like,
Like the way they did with Edward, it was him over exaggerating because he actually heard it, and he's like filling in the blanks for himself. For her, it just seems like she didn't hear it, and she somehow is hearing other things, but I just don't get it, you know?
except
Yeah.
that happens every now and then.
Like that joke, I hope it's not too recurring. I assume it will be.
It's
That's a
every now-
character trait of her.
It's every now and then, honestly. Like I'm kind of further ahead in the manga. It's every now and then.
All
It's
right.
not too bad though. They
I
dial
think-
it back.
I do like. Speaking of character traits, I do like how they just have some that really don't mean too much. Like how Shinra has like a nervous laughter.
Mhm.
Like whenever it just makes him grin, and like people.
Yeah,
people
and
think
it
he's
actually
menacing.
has an effect. Yeah.
I like that. It's not necessary, but it's there just to show the character is more than just I am hero.
Well,
I am hero man.
I think actually I was gonna say in particular with Shinra not joke, but his nervous tick. Actually, I was like, that's a random fact, and then we figure out when he was younger, and the reason why people think he's a devil is because he was crying, but he smiles when he's feeling negative feelings, and it's like, oh, that's a good character trait and how
It
to
is.
use it in
It's
plot.
the way they implemented it. It was amazing.
Cause like when he's a kid, everyone's like, oh god, that boy's a demon. That boy like burned his house down. But when he fights Joker and he's like legit nervous fighting Joker, he's smiling. So Joker's like, oh okay, this kid's ballsy. He's got moxie, and he doesn't even know that my
It's-
boy's nervous as hell.
It's just like how Spider-Man is. The reason he tells jokes is to keep himself focused on the fight because of how nervous he is. And that's why I
Right.
like it.
It just works.
Like you can see their personality still remains in their fight, like throughout their fights, and I like that. It doesn't feel like it's just a secondary person that takes over for the fight, like Yugi's bitch ass whenever he's in a duel. But
That felt kind of ooh. That
Yeah.
felt charged. Ooh. You get there, buddy?
No, he's cheating half the time. Yet he's king of games. He's never played a game once until the end
That-
of the freaking.
I mean, he still won, right?
He a bitch.
Attempt one.
He is a bitch.
Wait, chill.
Give my boy Kaiba the crown. All right.
Kaiba
I mean, he beat
was going to
Attempt.
commit suicide to win a match. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
Kaiba's a bitch too. He was gonna kill himself.
Kaiba was determined.
He was a bitch.
A determined bitch.
He cheated. He literally cheated. That's different.
He was like, "Yo, if you attack me, I'm gonna jump off the fucking roof."
so you're gonna.
Yugi should have did it, but he didn't because he a bitch.
I mean, no. Attempt was gonna do it. Yugi said no.
He should have
Attempt was
let
like,
Tim
"Fuck
do
yeah."
it.
I agree.
Back to Fire.
So where do you guys hoping the series goes? Like again, I'm a little further ahead, so I'm just gauging.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I only have one issue with it, and that's just how quickly it went into like an arc, in a way. Like I just found it kind of weird how a couple seconds afterwards, after they beat the dude who was like a firefighter who turned into a murderer, they're instantly like, all right, we gotta hunt down. I forgot which company it was. I think it was 3.
I think it was the third. Yeah.
It was 5.
It was 5. Yeah.
I just found it weird how right afterwards they're like, all right, we gotta take down 5 because Iris gets kidnapped. Not even kidnapped.
She kind of just like walked in there and was like, "All right, bitch, you're staying here."
Well, no, that's a kidnapping. If you can't leave, you're now kidnapped.
She didn't even try to leave. All right.
Ooh, what's she gonna
sister
do
doesn't
against
fight.
Mr. Fire Lady besides
Right,
get
the sister
burnt?
doesn't
Pray at her.
Pray.
She can pray the gay away. Wait. She can
Please edit that out.
pray the flames away.
Please get that out. We're gonna get it fucking shut down.
Actually, I like how fast the flies accelerate. Because like in a show just about them fighting fire creatures, it's just like, all right, that's an RA anime.
But
It's
like the main issue comes from like interacting with other companies and shit, which I don't know. I kind of like liked the transition because they reveal, we've been investigating all the other companies all along.
I mean, I like that. I'm fine with that. I just feel like, didn't that happen like that was in the 5th episode? Like it's already getting to like what I feel like would be a pretty strong arc in the 5th episode.
It's more of like a focal shift because like it's still like you have to fight the Infernals, but now we also have to be like weary of people.
Exactly.
Which we already were.
It starts from
saying,
from episode 2. It's like the captain tells them, "Hey, don't show your weapons," and they're like, "We don't have to do that. It's not in the registry." And he says, "Yeah, sure, other forces doesn't do it, but we're supposed to be better than that." And it's like it's kind of already building up to the fact that there's some tension among the other fire forces, and immediately it's just I felt like that was always the focus.
See, it's understandable. I just, from like a lot of anime I've seen, they usually like they shift like the main antagonist either halfway through or near the end for like a 2nd season. That's all I'm saying. So it's just more of what I'm used to. I'm not saying it's bad at all.
Yeah.
It's just something I'm not used to, and I'm sure I'll grow to like it, and I'll grow used to it. But currently, I couldn't keep. I can keep up with it. It's just I didn't expect it to have such a turn that quickly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you.
I mean, I
But at the same
understand that.
time,
It's
like,
just
it works because at the end of the day, we still have to figure out like who is turning people into Infernals, and this kind of like cycles back to it. You know what I mean?
Hyjima, whatever their company was. I think it was Hyjima Industries. They got something to do with it.
I don't know, but I'm betting like that's been like a theory of mine.
Someone was just like, "Hey, you want to turn people into demons? Say something else." And then he turned people into demons because what would they stand to win from that?
take their ashes. Their thermonuclear is probably from the ashes of people.
But when there's like one person left and it runs out, what's he gonna do? No,
I'm
thinking they could just make people farms. It sounds messed up, I know.
You want to promise Neverland this shit?
Yeah.
I'm assuming the actual ashes of a person will last pretty long, considering
I mean-
how big those explosions were.
From the last episode we do know that the so like a part of the bugs is made from the ashes of infernals, so from people.
Wait, what are you talking about?
For the most recent episode of Fire Force,
Is that 7?
I want to say it's like 6 after they.
Nah, 6 is when they fight the lady.
Oh yeah, so it was before that then. They get the report back from the ashes that Joker like used or whatever, and it shows that infernal like ashes are mixed in there. So like people are being used for this.
Yeah. Okay, I thought you were saying something else.
Nah.
I think this show's gonna have a lot of potential. I saw a post somewhere on Twitter talking about this is the show that's gonna beat out My Hero Academia, and that's a pretty big statement.
I think the show's too dark.
I mean, it's a dark fantasy, and it's something I'm a fan of. Like, I think if I wasn't already caught up on My Hero and the manga, I probably would end up like watching. If I had to choose between that and Fire Force, I'd probably end up watching Fire Force. I like My Hero, love the characters, but Fire Force is just cool.
Yeah,
Like it's the level of cool that Soul was trying to be half the time.
Wait, what do you mean trying? Soul is
yeah.
that
Soul
cool.
was pretty cool.
Soul
See,
is that cool.
you know how his whole thing was about him like trying to be as cool as possible?
Yeah.
I feel like Soul always had like some type of ceiling he wanted to reach, and I imagine that ceiling was Fire Force.
Nah, I think it was
Just-
pretty cool.
just thinking,
Soul,
man.
Soul was pretty cool, dog.
He just didn't have
always
enough
that nigga.
He just didn't have enough airtime.
Just sitting there thinking, man, I really want to be Shinra.
Oh man, not even, dude. Shinra wishes he was Soul.
I like the way this series is going.
Saying also the opening is heat. The opening is
It's
pure
pretty
heat.
fire. It's no pun intended. It's pretty
flames.
fire.
I have to say, after watching the Milf Sakai and then watching the last episode of Fire Force, it was such a palate cleanser. How much better the opening of that song is.
We'll talk about the opening of that later. All right.
So I'm just like, I didn't really like Fire Force that much, the opening, but like after going back to it, I was like, that's way better. The animations, the music,
Oh,
everything.
so good. I need the full version.
And can we just respect that the animation studio delayed episode 3, which was supposed to air on the 19th of July, because on the 18th there was a arson attack in Kyoto Animation.
Yeah, I respect the hell out of that.
Like, they could have just let it go, through.
I mean,
Also,
considering that in America, that one movie has been taken off viewing lists.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I forget what the movie is called. Actually, I don't know what the movie's called, but a movie was recently taken off because of the 2 shootings recently. I'm not going to say to give them credit.
What else was there? They
At least put it
actually
in the
censored the episode of Fire Force, but like it kind of worked for the episode. It kind
Yeah.
of worked in their favor because it made it more dramatic, but like at the same time, I feel it. Also, Kyoto Animation does have like a donation thing set up if you want to donate to them.
I've heard
I
they've gotten
plan on
back. I do as well. They were good to me.
They've been good to me and will continue to be good to me. So, why don't y'all tell me about the Milf Sakai?
No, not yet,
no,
not
we
yet.
still gotta get a rating.
I got
so-
one last thing to say
What?
that actually has to do with the intro and the ending. We need more anime with intros and endings like that. That's all I gotta say. So many anime just do the cookie cutter character running towards a horizon, smiling with his friends, or like just something that's lame, especially this season.
Yeah.
I remember.
It's very-
Sorry, go ahead, man.
No, you're good. You're good. Go ahead.
I wrote on episode 1, I said something I didn't like about anime intros and outros is they feel kind of spoilery.
Yeah. Especially JoJo. But at least with JoJo, it's like subtle.
Or Dr. Stone.
Or Dr. Stone.
It's like,
Oh my god, Dr. Stone's so stylish.
I'm going to have to listen to that later on.
The ending. Okay,
Don't get me started.
We'll get to it.
All right.
yeah,
so,
we'll get to it later.
Next.
I was gonna say last note. I really don't like Arthur as a character
Oh, why?
because of when he fought against that guy and
Oh my fucking
he had
God.
the
Oh,
sword.
He's just like,
in my right hand.
The wrong hand.
He's a fucking idiot.
I think I like that though. I like this. The fact that he lost was out of his sorry. The fact that he was close to losing was because he was just a complete idiot. And when he realized, you know, how stupid he was being that he had his sword in the wrong hand, he instantly just one-shots the guy. I freaking love that.
It's so
Like it makes it
stupid, but I
seem
love
less. It makes it seem like less of a fight and more of a comedic moment, which I know is bad in most cases. But I feel like it worked for that scene because that's his character. He's an idiot.
That turned me off entirely. I was just like, no, that's the end of that character for me.
So I think
How?
The lead up probably was the worst part. Just they probably dwelled on it a bit too long for him, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like if they just had it like one moment, he's like, wait a minute, why do I feel so weak? And he's like looking at his arm, like his hands, and he's doing the math. I feel like that'd be a bit better, a bit better.
Yeah, and then he ends it with like a cool I hate to slash. And he's just like, I'm cool guy. And I'm like, no, you're not. You're too stupid
That would
to
have
be a
been
cool guy.
that would have been great. Not gonna lie, especially if someone called him out on it, like, just called him an idiot or something. But I still like the scene because it worked with his character. It may have been a bit too hard to, I mean, it may have been trying a bit too hard, but I think it still somewhat worked.
What is his name? So just out of curiosity, Phoenix, I'm pretty sure your favorite character is the vice captain, right? With glasses?
Dude,
Nope.
The vice captain is so badass.
No?
No,
Who is it? Who's your favorite?
the captain.
Obi? Yeah, Obi!
Dude, he blocked a fire. He has no powers. He just stopped the
He was-
monster.
The
Yeah,
dude,
he's
pile
a
bunker.
chemistry nigga.
not only that, but he got kicked out of actual firefighting because he put saving lives over the mission, and I respect the hell out of that.
He has a very good moment later on that I'm like dummy excited to see animated.
No spoilers, please.
I'm not gonna give spoilers. Just know it's gonna be dummy lit, and y'all are gonna lose your shits.
However, James, the lieutenant, is my second favorite.
Okay, yeah, I
I'm
can
gonna
see
say
that.
mine. Number one, it's a tie between Shinra and the captain.
Mhm.
Number two is gonna be either Maki or Lieutenant.
Yeah, I
I'm
can
sorry,
see that.
Iris, but you haven't shown much character for me yet.
I can't wait to figure out what she does for the team.
Right?
She praised.
Though I did like the little cat chick.
Yeah, she's fine.
I don't like her attire.
I don't like
These
I
are
don't
so
like the Lucky
stupid.
Lecherous thing.
That and
It's
she's just dressed stupidly.
it's
She
like
looks
you're a firefighter. Why are you wearing that?
She looks like
I-
a Black Rock Shooter ripoff.
I like her. I just don't like the Lucky Lecherous thing. I get what you're doing, but it's like I can't read this manga in public because the shit keeps happening when she's around.
Yeah, that seems like that's something that would be in a
Sir,
etchy.
Sir, I was on a plane trying to catch up on this shit, and I had to keep skipping chat pages and shit.
Just like read it really quickly. Just stop
I'm
time,
like,
read it.
I gotta peek back and forth at the page to make sure I don't get weird looks.
You gotta look around. Just I hope they don't go
Exactly.
Fire Force.
That's the issue. It's just like she's cool. Her power seems cool, but I hate her design.
So
Yeah.
what would you guys rate it currently? Instead
Out of
giving-
5 fire hoses.
All right. I give mine 3 Magikarps out of a Ludicolo.
I give it 5 burning houses out of 5 golden churches.
See, y'all did fire. I went with water. All right,
Give
so on
it
the
Also-
top.
five extinguishers out of 5 burning buildings.
Ooh,
Yeah. Also, last thing, I also agree that I'm glad the opening doesn't like have spoilers in it, but just shows like them being cool and like little character dynamic moments. It's always nice.
I mean, that's kind of the issue. It's just like, oh, she's going to be on our team eventually.
This one I picked up the manga because I can't wait a week.
Yeah, that was me. That was me after episode 2. Where I was like beforehand, I was reading it.
I did the same thing with Promised Neverland. I picked up the manga because I cannot wait a week.
I couldn't wait. And like I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna read Fire Force. And I was like, oh wait, it's getting an anime. Okay, now I gotta like read faster.